Shalom, this is vacation video number 12, and we are looking at Hilchos Talmud Torah of the Rambam. There are laws of Torah Study of the Rambam. We are in Paragum halacha vav, the third parak, and the sixth halacha. The Rambam starts off as follows, and he says, Shema Tomar ad shekabetz mamon ve'echzor ve'ikra. Maybe a person will come up with the idea of, you know what, first I'll gather a lot of money, and then once I earn a lot of money and I have enough, then I'll go ahead and I will study. Until I'm able to have all that I need, then I will be able to have plenty of time to learn Torah. If you really have this mindset, right, you'll never merit to wear the crown of the Torah. If you remember, we talked about the crown of the Torah, and we talked about how there are people that decide to wear the crown of the Torah, and that requires a heavy amount of study. A person that wants to merit to wear the crown of the Torah can't say that first I'll earn a good living, I'll be able to put aside all the money I need for study, and then I will go ahead and I will learn a lot of Torah. That doesn't work. Rather, you should set aside proper time for learning, right? And and set your work time as not the main part of your life. And don't say that when I get a chance to learn, I will learn, because maybe you'll never get that chance. Now, it's not everybody that decides that I'm going to work until I have enough money to earn a living has enough money, right? Sometimes people just don't have that success, and for their whole lives they're struggling. So if your game plan was to go ahead and make enough money that you'll be able to sit in retirement and learn, if that time never comes, you never amass that amount of wealth, you'll never have learned. Okay. The Ram goes on into Halacha Zayin, and he says, Kasav Torah, it says in the Torah, Lo b'shamayim hi, v'lo me'ever hayam hi. The Torah is not on the other side, is not in the heavens, nor is it on the other side of a river. Right? What does this mean? Lo b'shamayim hi, lo b'gasei ruach u'matzuya. The Rambam homiletically, right, he darshans this, and he says that it's referring to the arrogant people. Right? The arrogant people, the Torah is not found among them. Lo me'ever layami means lo mahache me'ever layami. It doesn't go to those people that are traveling far away. Therefore, our rabbi said, lo kar marbas chora machkim. Those that are heavily involved in business, they're not going to have that great of a chance to become wise. And they said that you should limit the amount of work that you have, and you should be involved in the work of Torah learning. The Rambam goes on and he says, Divrei Torah nimshlu b'mayim. The words of the Torah are analogous, they're compared to water. Shneimar havikol tzamay lechul l'mayim. All those that are thirsty, come let them drink. Lomar lech, this tells you, Mahamayim ein miskansim b'makom midron, ela nizrachlim me'elav mekamsim b'makom eshperon, kach divrei Torah. Ein animsa b'gasei ruach v'lo b'leiv kol gavalev. We know that water settles not in high places, but it finds its way down, it settles on the way down. So too with Torah. It doesn't settle itself among the arrogant, rather it settles itself down among those that are humble. Right? And those that cling to the words to the feet of the Chachamim, that they want to go learn by other people. They get rid of the desires of the heart from the desires of their body, right? Their instinctual desires they get rid of. They just do enough to live, right? They earn enough of a living to be able to survive. Right? Once they have enough to eat and they have enough to live on, then for the rest of the day they involve themselves in Torah learning. The point here is the complete and total dedication one needs for Torah learning. One can't have this idea of, well, I'll succeed in this area and then I'll go to Torah learning. Torah learning requires complete and total devotion. It doesn't mean that you can't work. The Rambam says that you work, but always in proper perspective, where you're working in order to have enough to live on, not in order to have more than you need. That's the idea of what the Rambam is saying in these three halachos. My question for you is, why might I have thought that there is a connection? The Rambam keeps talking about that you have to be dedicated in terms of, you have to be dedicated in the time that you spent. But the Rambam also begins to mention, and he does it frequently here, that you also have to have you also have to be humble. What's the connection? As I understand the Rambam going on and on and on about how you have to have enough time to learn, and you can't be concentrated fully on your living. But interspersed here and there, he talks about the need for humility. What's the need for humility in Torah learning? That's my question. Can't wait to hear your answers. All the best.